What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and we're continuing our mid-season predictions with the Florida Gators. You can see my predictions from the preseason. I had this team going 10-2. Obviously missed the mark big time. I didn't know about, at the time of those predictions, I didn't know about all the suspensions and stuff like that, but not trying to make excuses either. I thought they really found something with Luke Del Rio at quarterback. Then he got injured, so they're back to square one, and it's just not going to be a good year for Florida. So I missed Michigan, LSU, and Texas A&M, so all three of those games I had as wins. They lost those games, so let's clear it out here. And I did put Northern Colorado as a win, just assuming they would have won that game. They did not play that game. So looking at the second half of the schedule, originally I had them beating Georgia. Now I don't think that's going to happen. I think Georgia wins this game. I talked about it in the Georgia prediction video. I don't think it'll be close. Georgia's just they are for real this year, and Florida is just not living up to their potential. Again, injuries, suspensions, things like that have really hurt them for what could have been a pretty good season. Moving on to the next game, it's on the road at Missouri. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a very tough game for Florida to win. A good passing attack with Drew Lock in that Missouri offense. It'll be on the road, not necessarily a hostile crowd there in Missouri, but still, it's going to be tough. I think Florida finds a way to win it. Just overall talent, I think they're a little bit better football team. So because of that, I do think Florida, again, just barely squeaks out a close win, and they get this win over Missouri. After that game, they move on to a road game at South Carolina. Originally preseason, this was the only game I had them losing in the SEC. Now, do I still think they lose? This is a tough one as well. I think it can go either way. Florida's really going to be desperate for a win, but it's on the road. If it was in the swamp, I'd probably take the Gators. They're playing at South Carolina. I'm going to go with South Carolina still to win this game, so I'm not going to change that pick. And we're going to go with Florida to win that one. Moving on to the next game, we've got UAB. And yeah, I think this will be a pretty easy win for Florida. Shouldn't be any problem there. All right, we close it out against Florida State, two teams that have just had very, very disappointing seasons. This will be probably a low-scoring game, a physical game, and because it's in Gainesville, I'm going to give the Florida Gators a slight edge. I mean, ever so slight. I think this one could really go either way. I think they make enough plays with defense and finally get a win over Florida State. It's been a while. So yeah, I've got the Gators closing it out with a win over Florida State. That'll make the fans feel happy to get the season over with and at least get a win over your rival. 7-5 the final record here for the Gators. And I just don't see a potential for them. 3 losses already. Technically, they could still win the East if they beat Georgia and Auburn beat Georgia or something like that. But I just don't see it happening. I don't think they're going to win out. I just don't think they're going to beat Georgia either. So 10-2 was my original predictions for them. 7-1 in the conference. And once again, we got to put an X over it because my predictions are not holding up. Overall, 7-5, conference 4-4. That's what our new predictions are. I haven't done too good on these preseason predictions. It's very difficult preseason to predict every game like this, and I don't think I'm doing worse than probably what most people did. And I'll show you just how bad everybody did here on the YouTube channel. At the end of the season, I'll show you all the comments from everybody and how wrong everybody was. It's so hard to predict preseason. I think I'm going to do a little bit better here with my midseason predictions now that we know about all these teams. And obviously, it's less games to predict. So we'll see how I do. I feel pretty confident about them. I think most of them are going to at least be real close. But we shall see. That's going to do it for this one, though. Leave your comment down below with what you think Florida's record will be. And stay tuned for more of these college football prediction videos here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel.